going on, traders? Welcome back to another video, and I've just jumping on here to show you a trade I've just entered here on the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. And just a quick rundown on why I've entered this trade. So we had this demand zone here, which I actually took a buy on earlier. I didn't record, and we actually caught a little bit of pips. I saw it reversing, and actually we got stopped out for break even. Bought stop loss to break even pretty quick. This is now broken through and closed below the zone, so this shows to me that this area isn't going to hold, although this is a nice looking demand zone, and we could have got a few pips if we closed a bit earlier. This shows that this is going to break, which it has, and below that we have really nice clean traffic down to a higher demand zone with what do we normally look for? A fair value gap within. So yeah, basically we're just going to go for this trade running down for a 16 pip profit. If we get there. It is pushing down quite nicely, and I don't see the reason why it wouldn't come down to the top of this fair value gap to enter this beautiful demand zone, and then from this demand zone we can then look for buys. So that's basically what the reason for the entry, and yeah, we're just going to let this run, and hopefully it will go down to our TP. Below the TP here we do have a fair value gap here, so we've got clean traffic below here down to here, which we're about to enter shortly, so hopefully we can get down there real good. So let's come back when we got some more action. Okay guys, jumping back in, and we have pushed down real nicely now. So what we're going to do at this point, because we're close to the end, is we're going to take 80% of our profit, locking that in. Okay, we're going to bring our stop loss to break even, which is at 140.883, and we'll let the rest run down to potential full TP of 140.720. So successful trade there, a nice winner. We gained a nice 10 pips there, 11 pips on that trade already. We got another sort of potential of another 6-7 risk-free pips to gain. If not, we've already taken our profit, as I like to say. So that was a really good, real quick winner. As I say, we had a bullish bias, which I was a little bit concerned about anyway when we took it, because this 15-minute candle broke below this closure here. I thought we might get a little play up on that 5-minute, which we did. I didn't film the unfortunate break-even trade on this here because we had our demand zone here on this candle with a nice buying pressure. We actually entered just on the break of this candle high here. Stop loss was below here, going for a 1-to-1, which we didn't quite get. I think I probably had my stop loss in a different position because that seems pretty close. And yeah, it basically stopped out for break even, which was a shame. But we have now made those, well, we didn't lose anything. We've now gained what we were hoping to gain in this trade back by changing our bias, flowing in the market, and going for a short sell. So really happy with that, and come back to see the final result in a sec. Alright guys, jumping back in on this trade, and I have decided to take TP. I actually managed to get it out on just around this level here. I can see that we're getting some rejection. We were so close to our full TP that I'm happy to take it out, as it was only the 20% left running. We could push down now and take out the full our full TP, but you know, if you're that close and you're happy with what that is, just take it. You don't have to get to that final bit, right? You know, it may go there and that would be cool. The analysis was great. It may not, and then you'd be a bit, you know, annoyed that you got so close and then yet so far when you're back up here. So taking that out completely. So a really nice trade. Again, bit of a change of bias, and you know, it's just trying to read the market and flow with the market. If you just always stick with, you know, right, buying here and then, you know, our price could come down here, could break back into the zone, you're just going to lose. You've got to flow with the market. The market will do what it wants. You just got to be there with it, instead of trying to fight it or make it, you know, try and force your ideology of what's going to happen on it, because it will just eat you up. So I'm really happy with that, and it was actually quite similar to the result on my Forex Funds Part 2, where we're doing our evaluation over there. So if you go check out that video, it's Part 2 on the channel. There we go, look at that. So right down there now into full TP. We've already taken the TP, but hey, I'm happy that we did that. Regardless, we've just taken out this fair value gap now. So what I might actually do is keep this video running, because if we can now, on this 5-minute chart, potentially get a complete takeout of, I'm just going to look at the accuracy of what I've drawn in here just to make sure we're all good. If we can get a full takeout of this zone, there's a little bit more there, There's no more fair value gaps down below. They've all been taken out by these wicks and such. Then we might see if we can get a buy. We're quite overextended at the moment, so we're due a pullback potentially. So let's see what happens. But yeah, going back to this trade, super nice, and a similar thing on the other trade. As I say, we were looking for buys and then changed our perspective on the market as it changed its perspective. So right, so yeah, I'll come back and keep an eye on this and see if we can get any buy opportunities shortly. Alright guys, so we haven't got anything yet. We haven't actually filled this gap, so there's no buys for me yet. We need to fill this gap completely. We haven't broken this high of this candle's high yet. So ideally I'd like this candle to push down, fill this full gap, and then if we do get an entry, we'll look for a real short scalp up from there. If this does go up from here, then that's fine. But I'm not going to take the buy unless we fill this gap completely. So we'll come back if we have any proceedings. Okay guys, so we have now taken out this gap completely. We didn't get an entry here or here. This was equal highs. This didn't break this high, and in fact this was actually not even, this was 1 pixel below being an equal high. So we've taken out the gap now. So anytime that we do get an entry, this is a valid entry for us, because if we go across to excuse me, if we go across to this area down here, we got the 5-minute fair value gap there. If we drop down to the 1 minute and zoom out all the way 3,000 miles out to come back in, we have one little one there, which is where we just finished up, just taken out. And then below that, ooh, okay, so we have technically got a little baby boy there, down at this point down here. Very small, but still significant. So yeah, let's have a look. What do we just get? Oh, we got Euro CAD there. Be right back. Okay guys, so jumping back in, and we've actually got an entry here. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do a very small lot size, and we're going to have our stop loss just below this zone here. We're going to go for a 1-to-1. Okay, because I don't really want to over risk on this one. So we're just going to go for a real quick scalp. As you can see, we're already in some profit, which is nice. And yeah, we'll just see how this one plays out. Hopefully we can gain a little bit back. And as normal, if we get to that area of 140.816, then we're going to go for our 80% profit takeout, and then we'll let things run and see if we can potentially come up to fill this gap here. So yeah, let's watch and see how that goes. We are pushing up quite nicely. We have taken out this fair value gap. Now we did have this little one down here, but I think that potentially we could have a reversal from this major one here. We can see that it's held 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So let's see, if we do lose this, then it's only a very small amount, be only 7 pips, and it's about half, well, it is half the lot size of this play, so we'd still be in a nice profit. But I just want to, for video purposes, try and get this trade to show, you know, we're flowing with the market, finding what areas work in the market, and hopefully, you know, take a little bit of something each way. So let's go up to there, probably go for a 12 pip TP2. So yeah, come back if we get our first TP. Okay guys, so we got our first TP on the shift trade, which is amazing. In fact, we're going to get even more so, because I'm just taking this out now. 80% taken above the zone. Stop losses at break even. And yeah, we'll let see if we can ride up to 868 with the final 20%. If not, that will come down to break even. So super stoked to this video, because it just shows a bias of potential buyers. Then we came down sellers, we found this demand zone, and prices just absolutely blasted from there. And you know what? Let's see how this goes. we'll just let this run. I was going to take profit then, but let's see how this runs. Super happy with this, and yeah, this is the really sort of rewarding part about trading, is when your analysis works out perfectly, and you can profit going both ways. So I'm going to probably end the video as this here, and maybe throw in the clip at the end, but I'll just say goodbye now. So if you haven't already, please give a like and subscribe. Follow our Instagram, it's down the bottom here, IronFX Trading. Post loads of different content over there, trades that I might not necessarily be recording. We are going to have a Discord coming up soon, which is going to have live trades available. Obviously that will be behind a paywall, but that will be available to everyone as of February 1st. We're also going to be having one-to-one sessions available as well, where you can have an hour and a half with me, where I literally run through everything that I've learned over the last 8 years of trading, as much as I can, and give you as much value as I can from that session. So yeah, really happy that you still made it to the end here. This is pushing up quite nicely, and you know what, for video's sake, I'm going to cut that off right there. That's done. We're out the trade, 8.7 pips, trading both ways. Awesome video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.